Hello everyone, my name is Bladestorm, and welcome to a quick guide to the Megazords. So here we go. The first Megazord being the Dino Megazord, with 3 strikes, 2 breakers, and 1 block. It has 1 interruptible attack, no counters, no dedicated slots, and 1 projectile attack, which is the Power Sword. Then we've also got its attack types. The way it ends its attacks on specific ones are Dino Power Combo with Stagger, Saber-Tooth Kick with Knockdown. Then we've also got Jumping Thrust with Stagger, Power Sword with Stun, Rushing Double with Destabilize, and Lightning Blast Lightning Blast with Stagger. Multiple of these ones can be done. There are effects in the middle of them, but then we also got the ultimate with a Stun, which allows you to combo into anything, but depends if they have a block or not. The block being you can use Rushing Double. If they don't, even if they don't have a block, you can go into a Power Sword and do a 100% guaranteed combo if they don't have their own Mega. Though in most cases, you would have to use it second to do that. The projectile attack goes through, or is more like fast. So if it's needed, it will strike them before. And will hit them before they finish theirs. The next Megazord being the Thunder Megazord. 3 strikes, 2 breakers, 1 block, 1 interruptible attack, has a counter, no dedicated slots, and 1 projectile attack being the Whirlwind. Then we're starting with Lionsearch, which is okay. The Lionsearch is a destabilize. Helps do double damage. The Thunder Blow with Knockdown, Saber Parry with Stagger, and Saber Strikes with a Stun, Whirlwind with Knockdown, and Mega Beam with Stagger. Lots of these effects can help with comboing. You can use your ultimate to even help with damage. But in most cases, you have to get these attacks right. Then you can use any other Mega, and possibly. Though here's the thing: Saber Strikes can be interrupted. With that, it can lead to problems for you if you were the one interrupted. If you interrupted them, it's good. The ultimate, however, is half the arena with moderate damage, which is somewhat decent. But then we've got all the other ones. All these attacks can help, and you can even double the damage of the ultimate by using the Lionsearch. Blocked once again, so another Saber Strikes, you're out. Once this Thunder Blow hits. Punch! Mega Goldar. 3 strikes, 1 breaker, 2 blocks. It has 2 interruptible attacks, no counters, no dedicated slots, and no projectile attacks. Though, its effects are something. Its Savage Strikes does a stun. Its Giant Backhand does a knockdown. Its Titan Stomp does a stagger. Its Reverse Guard does a destabilize. Then we've got Swooping Tackle with a destabilize too. And the Seismic Stab with knockdown. With all of these effects, he's also got his ultimate, which is a stun in close range and only a stagger when far. And you can combo off of it if in range. And it doesn't matter what you use, you'll still hit them, just as long as it's something that they can't stop. 1 destabilizers work, but so does Seismic Stab if you don't have one. And wait for this. Rush in, maybe just get enough for a Mega, and use the ultimate once again. Megazord. 2 strikes, 2 counters, 2 blocks. 2 strikes, 2 breakers, 2 blocks. No interruptible attacks, no counters, 3 dedicated slots. Has 1 projectile attack, which is, well, that would be Javelin Strike. He has a very useful breaker that can go across the entire map, but that isn't noted since most have that. And then we've also got the Dino Megazord with their shorter ranged one. But then we've also got this Megazord with a stagger, another stagger, or more like stagger, knockdown. Okay, Boomerang has stagger, Hammerhead has knockdown. Then we've got Wildtail Spin with stagger, and the other one, Gator Staff with stun. Javelin Strike with Destabilize, and Predator Wave with Stagger. And then the ultimate has massive damage, though it will leave you vulnerable. Use this to rotate, and now you can strike them with, well, I guess I'll wait for this one. And wait, that didn't work, but they just got rid of my strikes. They stunned, but they don't have their other attack just yet, so... Okay, I can wait for this. And use a Hammerhead Smash into a Predator Wave. This they will outrun. Never mind. Mega Black Dragon. 3 strikes, 2 breakers, and 1 block. Has no interruptible attacks. Has a counter. No dedicated slots, and 1 projectile attack being Dragon's Roar. With all these, he's got a stagger on his tail swipe, a stun on his pounding pummel, which I will have to see. Mega Beam does not apply any effect, it just hits, though at the start it does. Missile Charge with a stun, and sometimes a destabilize. I'll get into that soon. Then we've got Dragon's Roar with... Okay, here we go. This will stun, not yet, okay. We got Dragon's Roar with knockback, or knockdown, more specifically. Eesh, okay. Then I still haven't gone through it properly. But still, Dragon's Roar with their knockback, or why do I said it properly, but it's knockdown. And then, okay, you can see it doesn't really do anything there, but his ultimate provides 4.5 seconds of invincibility. Havoc Laser applies Destabilize, does massive damage, and can combo into itself, or Missile Charge. However, at close range, Missile Charge will stun you. At far range, will apply Destabilized. By doing that, you can possibly do some special combos that will help do a lot of damage. Dragon's Roar, screaming into their face, they ran into that crit. Samurai Megazord, 3 strikes, 2 breakers, 1 block. 1 interruptible attack and has a counter. No dedicated slots, and 1 projectile attack being Samurai Strike. 2 staggers, and that being Furious Lionhowl and Bladestorm. Then we've got it actually has no knockdowns. Then it has 2 destabilizers with Shield Bash and Samurai Strike, and the stun on Samurai Focus. It, however, does still take timing to do that interrupt Dragon Zord, and just stop. Okay, its ultimate, however, is always going to hit at least twice, depending on what you do it and when you do it. It will hit 3 times if they're in their corner, at least, but will also always, well, it depends if you just stunned and then did the ultimate. That's how you accidentally hit only twice. There's Bladestorm, which is the interruptible attack, which they are still not timing right. However, it is the only Megazord that applies fire. Every other Megazord at least applies something else, and it's also one of the few that have the fastest possible breaker, on par with Dragonzord, with 8 being the maximum numbers of hits for its ultimate. Delta Squad Megazord, 3 strikes, 2 breakers, 1 block. Has 1 interruptible attack, no counters, no dedicated slots, and 2 projectile attacks being its 2 super attacks with Crime Scene Tape and Delta Dive. Then we've got its effects. We've got 454 with a knockdown, Delta Strike with a stagger, SB Double Slash with a destabilize, which is going to happen right now, but we've also got Justice Lance with a stagger, Delta Dive with not really any effects, other than... Okay, I can't really say that right now, but here's the ultimate, that it will never miss. It will always hit, Delta Dive doing nothing, and Crime Scene Tape stunning. It's more like just a stagger at the start that really matters. However, it has a few problems against a Samurai Megazord with its recovery time on both Justice Lance and 454. So make sure to watch out when using those attacks. Dragonzord, 3 strikes, 2 breakers, 1 block. 2 interruptible attacks, no counters, 1 dedicated strike slot, and 1 projectile attack. The attacks that can be interrupted are Dragon Frenzy and Tail Stinger, but Tail Stinger can only be interrupted by another Dragonzord. With that, it does require Dragon Frenzy to interrupt that. But because of an update, Dragon Frenzy is possible to be interrupted by multiple other strikes now. It has a stagger. Okay, its front kick has a knockdown. Its Dragon Frenzy has a destabilize. Its claw stomp has a stagger. And we've got the Fin Slash with another stagger. Tail Slinger applies Destabilize, and Missile Storm provides some knockdown to keep them at a distance. Though it has barely any recovery time, so you better make sure to activate something if you want to still reduce damage. Claw Stomp you can just wait. Though the ultimate depends on your distance. Depending on how far the opponent is and if they have a Mega or not to counter. At this distance you could activate a Dragon Frenzy and do another combo. Though depending on what they do, it will actually matter. So here's a Missile Storm to finish off the match. Dino Megazord 2017. 2 strikes, 2 blocks, 2 breakers, and we've got 1 interruptible attack, which is Tricera combo, which can only be interrupted by specific types of ones that have, like someone like Megazord, has the ability to interrupt it. There's no counters and no dedicated slots. 1 projectile attack being the Tyranno Assault. It has 1 stagger, or more like 4 staggers actually. We've got Mastodon Kick with the first one, then Tricera Strike with another one, Sabertooth Leap with another stagger, and Tyranno Assault ending its attack with a stagger. Then we've got the Pterodactyl Spin, which is a Destabilize, and Dino Drop being a stun. And with all those, we've also got its ultimate with a Destabilize that will always hit. The distance, however, does not matter when it hits. So remember that when using it. So make sure to use it whenever you feel like, as long as it's not another Dino Megazord. That way, it cannot... well, everything can miss as long as it's not always gonna hit. With that ultimate, it cannot be punished, even by the Silencer Kicks. It is one of the most powerful ultimates, being that it applies Destabilize and allows for an attack. No other ultimate actually does that. But this has been a quick guide to the Megazords, with the Dino Megazord being the final one. You can now maybe understand the Megazords a lot better, with each one possibly having a weakness to specific Megazords and attacks. Some attacks last a lot longer, some last shorter, some can combo, some cannot. You might want to know that specific attacks can combo into one another, with Destabilize and Stun being the important two, but sometimes Knockdown allows for the same thing. But as you can tell on Megazord, he has the ability to stagger you twice with his Claw Stomp. With that being 2 hits, and you can't get out of it even if you strike in the middle of it. And Zord, however, has the true combo with his Hammerhead into Javelin or Gator Staff or into another Hammerhead. The knockdown and recovery time really helps him to allow that. Now, if you did find this guide helpful, please make sure to give this video a like, comment what you would like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to not miss anything. And join my Discord, it's in the description. If there's any questions about possibly any Megazords, you can maybe ask over there. And I'll see you on the next Behind This video. Goodbye.